Super Mario 3D World, the masterpiece no one wanted. A game full of fun creative concepts and high-speed platforming, and a game I should have never had access to, for I, like many, did not own a Wii U. Now don't get me wrong, just about as soon as I got into Nintendo I wanted a Wii U. I longed to create my own Mario levels in Super Mario Maker. I so badly wanted to try out Splatoon and was very disappointed when I found out it was not on the 3DS. But alas, I was still a child and could not afford such things with my $3 a week allowance. But one day, for a reason I cannot remember for the life of me, my brother brought home a Wii U that belonged to a friend of his. All I knew was I was very excited to have a Wii U in the house and I wanted to play it. Unfortunately, this Wii U came with very few games at all, and Mario Maker and Splatoon were not in the mix. It had Kirby Superstar, Earthbound, Fire Emblem, and Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga downloaded, along with physical copies of Smash Bros, Nintendo Land, and the one that ended up catching my attention the most, Super Mario 3D World. I spent a lot of time looking at this Wii U, but I'm still honestly surprised I remember all that. Anyway, over time I grew to love Mario 3D World, yada yada yada, but holy cow, have you seen Captain Toad? You know, the guy from Super Mario Galaxy with the spaceship? Well, he gets his own special levels in this game. When I first encountered one of these levels, I thought it'd be one of just those side, slot machine levels or mini boss fights, but no. I mean, maybe it felt like that to some people, but the moment I beat the first one of these, I wanted more. Thankfully, 3D World had a nice little handful of these levels, and I enjoyed each one of these very much so. I think I even enjoyed them more than the main game. I remember having friends over and playing 3D World with them, and I was so eager to show them these Captain Toad levels for some reason. I was disappointed to find that they weren't multiplayer like the rest of the game, but I still just wanted my friends to see just how cool these levels were. They were so cleverly designed, and I liked that it forced you to collect everything in order to beat it. And this wasn't like Yoshi's Story, where you have a million billion things you have to collect to beat the level. There's only 5 stars per level, and they're all incredibly rewarding to figure out how to grab. Once you grab them all, the level ends with a nice little victory screen. Perfectly paced little nice time. What a fun thing. But what's this? They made a full game about Captain Toad with over 70 stages, and they're porting it to the Switch for $40? This was my first physical Switch game, and you better believe I played this game like crazy. I was a little worried going into this game because they removed the whole collect all 5 stars to beat the level thing. Instead, there's 1 star at the end and optional collectibles throughout, but somehow it kept the same feel as the 3D World Captain Toad levels. Even though these collectibles are optional, the whole game is designed around you collecting them all, and it makes it so exciting somehow. It doesn't feel like the collectibles are padding like it might feel in a 2D platformer or something. These collectibles aren't just sprinkled across the levels. No, the levels are completely designed around searching for them. It's just so exciting. I don't know why. Just searching for them through. Maybe it has something to do with just how well these levels are polished. Once you beat the level, you're brought to this super cool level select screen that looks like a book. That just makes you feel like you're plotting out an adventure yourself. You can see all the things you collected, and there's little doodles every once in a while, and what's this? A checkbox with an extra task in the stage, a little hide-and-seek minigame, and a best time to beat the level in? Okay, yes, this is padding, but it's much appreciated because I can't get enough this game. It's just the right amount of padding too. I never felt like I was entering a level more than I wanted to. There definitely have been games that have made me play a level more than I wanted to collect everything, but this game just does not do that. I feel like I should also mention just how well paced this game is. Whenever you enter a level, it feels just different enough from the last to keep it refreshing and interesting. Now, there is one slight complaint I have with this game, and it goes by the name of Mummy Me Maze Forever. After doing everything in the game, you will unlock this level with the misleading name. You enter the level and start traversing through this maze that's riddled with enemies, and you're just going from floor to floor trying not to die. And I started to feel like this Mummy Maze would indeed last forever, and the name of the level made me think it wouldn't end. I don't know why they put forever in the title, because it does end. Point is, this stage isn't fun, at all. It's just infuriating. I myself had to look up at the time if it was possible for me to beat this stage, and I was appalled to find out that yes, it does indeed end after 50 floors. I'm pretty sure I got this game in July, whenever the release date was. I played it nonstop and probably would have 100%ed it in August, but because of this stupid level, it took me until almost Halloween. But you know what? You know what happens when you beat Mummy Me Maze Forever? Well, I'm going to tell you, because you're probably thinking right now that you never want to go through that kind of agony. And you might even be thinking that you don't want to try Captain Toad at all because of it. Well, you're wrong. Because after all of your hard work, all of this trial and error trying to get to the 50th floor of this huge, like labyrinth. You are rewarded with this. And guess what? You get to wear this crown all the time now. I was satisfied. But then, the withdrawal sets in. In Captain Toad, the fun comes from exploring and finding, but with everything already found out there was no more satisfaction to be had. Every once in a while, I'd open up the game, pick a level to play for a minute, and leave, dissatisfied. I started to think maybe I was losing my love for this game. But then, thank goodness, they announced DLC. There was a whole little DLC pack for $6 with new collectibles and stuff, and it was awesome. And I had my crown the whole time, and I wore it proudly, and I beat the whole thing in like one night, I think. And you know what? That was over 5 years ago. This video is actually a cry for help. I don't understand why there hasn't been a sequel to Captain Toad for so long, but everybody liked this game. Everybody likes it. Maybe not as much as me, but Nintendo would certainly profit off of a sequel to this game, right? This whole time, I've put the Captain Toad part of my mind into a dormant state, so I don't get sad that I'm probably never going to get that sequel. Seriously, if I encountered one of the big Nintendo guys that, you know, makes all those decisions, and they gave me a wish, they said, if you could have anything you wanted, what would it be? And I would say Captain Toad. I would say a sequel to Captain Toad. I'm being completely serious. Also, I'd ask maybe for a Donkey Kong if they gave me more options. But Donkey Kong Country games are infinitely more replayable than Captain Toad, and we are more likely to get a sequel to that series sooner or later, at least eventually. But Captain Toad might get forgotten forever. Nobody would even notice it's gone. And I'd be over here coping, trying to come to grips with the fact that this was a one-time experience and I need to get over it. Please, Nintendo, I beg of you, please don't forget about this game. And anyone watching this, please make some noise. Maybe someone at Nintendo will eventually notice that we are desperate, or I am desperate, and you guys love me enough to pretend like you're desperate. Also, go ahead and play some Captain Toad if you haven't before. It's a great time.